up, y'all? We're back, and right now we're talking about the brand new Fear Factory album, Aggression Continuum. Now, this album has been actually finished for a couple years, and there's just been a lot of drama in the Fear Factory camp right now with Dino and Burton C. Burton C. Was it last year? The dude straight up came out and said he quit. He's no longer a part of Fear Factory. And there was even talk of getting somebody to replace his already recorded vocals. And I'm glad they didn't do that. I hate that they're fighting, because my thing is like, when I come to Fear Factory, I've mentioned bands that I give a pass because there's a certain thing they do that I like and I want it every time. And Fear Factory is one of them. And so I don't think if Dino keeps Fear Factory alive without Burton, I'll probably still follow. But I want to see what Burton is going to do, because I love Burton's voice. His screams are good, but his clean, deep fucking voice I really like. Ever since I was a kid, when I first heard him, it was Zero Signal off of the Mortal Kombat soundtrack. Fell in love with that sound. And so that's a major thing I look for in Fear Factory is good ass screams and really good deep voice melodies from Burton. And also what I look for in Fear Factory is the drums. The drums in Fear Factory are so just perfect and precise, and they follow the riffs so good, man. I just love, especially on Demanufacture and Obsolete, man. Like those albums, the drumming is impeccable. Just so fucking good and precise and like right on it.
Robotic, mechanical.
Yeah, just very, and for that to be a person playing that shit, that's really, that shows the motherfucker's talents, because, you know, the double bass is following the riffs, you know, like, you know, it's so fucking good. And a lot of bands do that, but, you know, Fear Factory is one of the first bands that I heard do that when I was a kid. And, so I'm always looking for that, and I'm always looking for badass, groovy riffs, you know, and everything I like about Fear Factory is on this album. Just like David said, it's nothing new, but it's awesome. Yeah, and that's what I want. Is like, I just want badass fucking riffs. I just want badass songs about humans fighting against machines. You know, Burton's voice and badass drumming, and that is all here.
That's when they were founded.
Hmm?
Right there. That's that. Fear Factory, 10/31/90.
Yeah, there you
October
go.
31st, 1990.
And yeah, like the album is awesome all the way through. I don't think it holds. I mean, it's as good as fucking Genexus, and it's as good as they've been recently. I'm even one that says, I mean, I like Digimortal a lot too. Yeah, the nu metal vibes are a lot heavier on it, but it's a good nu metal style album. But I don't think this. In fact, I don't think a lot of their stuff really holds a candle to Demanufacture and Obsolete. But everything is as good as it. Everything that I've heard, at least, like. It all just does what I want, like fucking. So I mean, I'm always happy with a Fear Factory album.
Well, yeah, because you like that electronic fucking robotic sound.
Yeah, and it's cool that like they never go heavy electronic, like it's in there, but they never let. It's cool because it's like it's almost at the same way, like it's almost like their message with humans fighting against machines. It's like the band is fighting against the machines in the music. They never fully let the electronics take over the song.
Well, yeah, I mean, cause,
that's kind of
like
cool.
Industrial has a kind of a machinery
always,
sound.
Yeah, always has been.
It's more digital, so it's more electric, more electronic.
You call it cyber metal.
Cyber. Yeah.
Yeah,
this
it's
is
like
like cyberpunk.
You get, yeah, it's like you, yeah. This band, you can see this band playing in that world,
In the cyberpunk
in
world.
a cyberpunk world, in a fucking robotic dystopia, you know, a cyborg dystopia.
It's
but
like Terminator. Right?
Yeah, for real. Like, I mean, yeah. They really feel like a Terminator. It's like a Terminator band. It's like if Terminator was a band instead of a movie, it's Fear Factory. And then another thing too, like that I like about Burton is you get it on this album, you get a hooah on a song. Like you're always gonna get that fucking hooah from Burton. You know, I'm gonna miss Burton in Fear Factory, dude. If they keep it fucking going, like it's like you're gonna be missing a lot. Because of his writing style and his singing style. Because even his like his screaming shit is still pretty good on here. Like the dude's old now. It's weird that we live in a world where screaming bands are getting old now, man. You know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah, the new metal bands that really all kind of filled that genre in the 90s and early 2000s, yeah, they're not, because they were in their 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
Then, now 20 years later, 25 years later,
crazy. Like old dude from Monster Magnet is in his 60s. It's weird that we're living in a world where the shit like that is old.
When you look at fucking the Offspring, you see them when they look, I mean, all the gray hair they all have. That ain't fucking them. Dex they're not wearing wigs and shit. No, they're just old. They're becoming senior citizens.
But like, fucking, you know, it's cool we live in a world now where like 70-year-old dudes are still making metal albums. You know, like Rob Halford. He's got to be in his 70s, right? I mean, Judas Priest has been around since the 70s anyway. That dude's old.
That guy is fucking. He's up there with like him, Elton John. They're all old ass. They are straight up actually considered senior citizens.
Like it's cool that like we're living in that world where like them old dudes are still dropping albums, man. Even though some of them like the new Ozzy shit isn't as great. It's just cool that they're still doing it.
Yeah, you haven't had the whole thing where you got fucking rock stars offing themselves that much anymore.
Yeah, we had a bit of that a couple of years ago.
There's a lot of belief that, you know, because two of those people weren't. What's his name from fucking Linkin Park? He was depressed and had battled it, but then what's his name? He had no one ever saw him as ever to commit suicide. But what's his name?
Chris Cornell.
Yeah. That was out of the blue that he committed suicide. Like, what? Why did you do that? There's a lot of things that some people were fucking, because I think two of them were like with some group, you know, they did, so they were with something.
Oh, all that Pizzagate shit?
Yeah, I think something with whatever the child.
Yeah.
Bad
those
things,
crazy
diddlers and stuff.
Those crazy things.
They were people that were trying to. I guess they were part of the group that were trying to expose it. Wow, and they ended up. But you know, they just did drugs and killed themselves. You know, never know.
Never know. But yeah, it's weird that you know we're getting to the point where like death metal vocalists are gonna be like 70 years old and still like, you know, it's crazy to think about.
It's amazing how good some of them are still.
Just getting my cigarettes.
Zach left his cigarettes.
Like Metallica, James Hetfield actually sounds different now because he's getting so old. God, they are old.
They are, man.
The whole band is gray.
Fucking crazy. So yeah, Fear Factory band's been around since like 1990, 91, 92. When did Soul of a New Machine drop? Can't fucking remember, but man,
it's around that time.
Yeah, them dudes been around, and it's sad that Burton's left. But Burton, around that same time, Demanufacturer came out. He did the vocals. I don't know if he did the vocals on the full album or a couple songs for the Geezer shit, GZR, with Geezer Butler's solo album. I need to pick that up because that is on the Mortal Kombat soundtrack as well, the GZR with Burton C. Bell singing, and it sounds fucking badass. So I need to find that old stuff. But man, the album, I love Recode, and then it's cool. Like Recode starts off with this intro of like this guy like telling, it's like a, yeah, if you're listening to this, you're part of the resistance.
Yeah, they did the Terminator thing.
Yeah, man, I'm fucking digging it. And then Disruptor is awesome. Aggression Continuum. Purity I really like. Purity's got some really nice melodies in there. And then Fuel Injected, Suicide Machine. That was the first single that dropped a couple months ago. I really dug it. Collapse I like. Manufactured Hope. Like Monolith, End of the Line, man. Oh, this whole album is great. It's awesome as fuck. They just give me everything I want. You know what you're going to expect. I mean, it's not any worse or any better than the best Fear Factory
I was
shit.
like with Static X. I kind of lumped Static X with them too, because they had a lot of music that was kind of very that industrial metal, that electronic sound with a lot of their songs. And well, we're not going to get that no more because Wayne Static's dead, and just they're still making music, but it's never going to be the same.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the same. And but Fear Factory's still around making music. Of course, now with a different change up now, it's might affect it drastically later on, but
Yeah. So I'm interested to see what both parties eventually wind up doing. Definitely.
unless he comes back to record next album and they do it and goes
Yeah,
about doing
because they broke up twice already before, for a short period of time. So they've always been fighting with each other over shit. But this one feels a little more permanent. Because there's lawsuits going on and shit too. Like, it's crazy. But what would you rate Fear Factory?
It's solid 8.
Solid 8. Yeah, I'm dropping up a 9. I can't give it a 10 because to me 10 is demanufacture and obsolete. But this reaches it. This hits a lot of those same highs, but some of them just aren't as high as those. Like, it's not any better than those, but it's not any worse than anything I've ever heard from them. But highly recommend it. This very well could be the final Fear Factory album. And if so, they went out on a bang. They gave it their all. And the shit's awesome. The shit's good. So what do you guys think about the new Fear Factory album? Let us know, and we'll be back with the new Poppy EP.